Okay, everyone, good day. So, our topic for today is about visitor management. Okay, so what is visitor management? So, visitor management refers to the planning, implementation, and monitoring of strategies and practices aimed to effectively managing visitor activities, experiences, and impacts within tourism sites or destinations. So, it involves balancing the needs and expectations of visitors with the conservation and preservation of natural, cultural, and socio-economic resources. So, ibig sabihin daw, visitor management, so it's all about making sure tourists have a good time while also taking care of the place they visiting. So, in Pansarabala, you have a beautiful forest that lots of people nga gusto magbisita. So, kung raka nga taho ang gusto nga mag-agto rigto or magbisita, so ibig sabihin naka mamabilin ka basura. And that trash will damage the trees, no, it could harm the forest. So visitor management is like having a plan nga i-make sure or to make sure everyone enjoys the forest responsibly. So sarang example, no, you're setting up designated trails or mga aragyan pala, no, to walk on, providing trash bins. So, di ba kung mag-hike ka sa mountains, so may mga trails riyan, no? So, pwede ka rito mag-provide ka mga trash bins sa gilid para ito lang nanda ibutang ang anda basura, no? Di ba nga mga hikers while hiking nagakaon, no? So, with that, no, makabulig kita nga malimpyuhan ang aton nga forest and also safe both our visitors and our nature. So next, no, so we have principles of visitor management. So we have sustainability, resource protection, and visitor experience. Okay, so also we have community engagement and education and interpretation. Okay. So first, sustainability. So promote sustainable tourism practices that minimize, no? So minimize ibig sabihin ginalesen ang negative impacts on the environment sa aton nga kultura and our communities while gina-maximize ni nana ang positive socio-economic benefits. So basically, no, sustainable tourism, no, permi natin nga lagi naliwat-liwat sa ating discussion is making sure nga ang taho nga ano nga ang taho nga ga-visit dito sa sangka lugar hindi nanda ma-harm ang lugar, no, like for hindi na ma-harm ang environment, no, ang hamba kaya culture and the communities there. So instead gina-try na nga or they try to help by being mindful of their impact and supporting mga local economy. So that is sustainability, no, in visitor management. So how about the resource protection? So prioritize the conservation and preservation of natural, cultural, and heritage resources through responsible visitors behavior and management strategies. So meaning resource protection means nga, making sure we take care of the natural beauty, the cultural treasures, and the heritage sites that make or nagahimo sa lugar or that make a place special. Okay? So, this involves by gina-encourage natin ang ating nga mga bisita to behave responsibly. Also, patas ka mga no littering balarang nga mga signage or damaging historical sites. And also, implementing management strategies like limiting ka mga numbers ka mga bisita sa mga sensitive areas, no, or sa mga sensitive destination. So basically ginaiwasan natin nga maging overcrowding. So okay, so that is ginatawag natin nga resource protection. Next is visitor experience. Guys, enhance visitor experiences by providing opportunities for meaningful interactions with the destination's attractions, culture, and community while ensuring safety and satisfaction. Okay, so ang ibig sabihin ng visitor experience is about making sure people have a great time when they visit a place by giving them chances to connect with what makes that place special. patas ka mga attractions, no kultura sa sangka lugar, and the people who live there. So it also about making sure nga ang aton nga bisita is safe sa anda lugar nga ginaagtunan and happy sanda, no? So amurang ginatawag nga visitor experience, no? Next is community engagement. Okay? So community engagement involves local communities in visitors management, decision-making process, fostering collaboration, empowerment, and mutual respect. So, meaning to say, ang community engagement daw is dapat no gina-involve ang mga local people sa pag decide kung paano i-manage ang or how to manage visitors. No, so, kunwari, pata sa mga lugar, bala like sa lugar nyo, let's say sa San Jose, no? So, dapat, gina-involve manananda ang kung ano ba lang masay ka mga local nga tao rito just sa San Jose, no? When it comes sa mga patas kaya, no? Sa mga tourist spots, no? Dapat may involvement sanda. Because this creates a partnership where locals and visitors work together. So, for example, no, if ang sangka community near a national park is go worried sanda about bala kung raka ang mga visitors or mga turista nga ga-damage kang environment or let's say they are worried about too many tourists damaging the environment. So that's it. No? So they might work sa mga park officials to come up with a plan to limit visitors during sensitive times of the year or also no i-educate nanda ang mga tourists kung paano maging respectful sa nature. So that is community management. So how about education and interpretation? So provide educational materials, interpretive signage, guided tours, and visitors information to enhance visitor understanding and appreciation of the destination's natural, cultural, and historical significance. Okay, so meaning to say, education and interpretation involve providing visitors with information and experiences nga makabulig kananda to learn about and appreciate the natural, cultural, and historical importance kang sangka destinasyon. Okay? So, this include things like mga, for example, na mga educational materials, such as mga brochures bala, mga pamphlets, or online resources nga maka-provide kang information about sa destination's history, about the wildlife, or cultural significance. Also, mga interpretive signage, signs or plaques placed important sites with the destination that explain their significance. For example, no, mga sign near historical monument. Okay, so might provide details about its constructions and events nga paano na gina-commemorate na ang lugar nga riyan. Also mga guided tours, no? So knowledgeable guides who can provide insights into the destination features and answer questions from visitors. So these tour might focus on specific aspects such as mga wildlife, mga architecture, or the local traditions. Also the mga visitor information, so including bala mga mapa, mga visitor centers, mga websites nga ga-offer ka mga practical information, kung ano oras mabukas, no, kung pirang entrance fees, ang mga safety guidelines, as well as insights into the destination's cultural and natural attractions. Okay, so that is education and interpretation. So how about the adaptability? So adapt visitors management strategies to changing visitors trends, environmental conditions, and socioeconomic factors to maintain effectiveness and relevance over time. Okay, so adaptability in visitor management means being flexible and responsible to changes in how people visit. So, or how people visit the environment and the local community needs and resources. So, it's like no nga adjust ka or adjusting your plans to fit new situations. So, example, no, let's say visitor trends. So if more people nga gaumpisa nga mag-visit sa ka certain area, managers might need to find para mag-spread ways to spread out the crowds para mag-avoid ang overloading sa sangka popular spots or sa sangka destination. So this could involve creating new trails, no, para matunga ang taho, offering alternative activities. So para hindi lang pagtumpukan to ang sangka lugar, no. So pwede man nga bilang lang ani ang tao sa sangka nga spot, no, tapos karon ko okay na ng ang mga visitors diya kara sa pagid, no. No, okay. So that is adaptability. Okay. So next we have the potential impacts of visitors in a tourism site. So first, environmental impacts. So habitat distractions, pollution, soil erosion, deforestation, disturbance to wildlife, and depletions of natural resources. So ang amo diyang mga bagay is ano diya ha, impact ka mga bisita sa atin nga destination or sa atin nga mga tourism site. So una ka no, when it comes to environmental impacts, we dyan kita nga pwede habitat destructions, no, also pollution, soil erosion, deforestation, disturbance to wildlife, and depletions of natural resources. So this refer to the negative effects that human activities can have on the natural world. So these impacts may include mga habitat destruction. So pag inhambal natin ng habitat distractions, so when natural habitats such as mga forests or wetlands are cleared or altered for human use. So it disrupts the ecosystem and can lead to the loss of our biodiversity. So pollution kanumon, so saraman nga makaharm ang sa aton nga air is, or sa di lang sa air, no, also the water, the soil, no, either directly or indirectly can contaminate ecosystems and harm plants, animals, and humans, no, because of the pollution. So next is soil erosion. So the removal of vegetation or other disturbances can lead to soil erosion, where topsoil is washed or blown away, reducing soil fertility and affecting agricultural productivity. So kumbaga hindi healthy ang sangkalupa, no, because of the soil erosion. So ibig sabihin, ang aton nga mga mangungor, ang aton nga agriculture is maghina, no, kay kumbaga saraman ba gina-consider kung nami ang tanom mo is kung nami ang lupa, no. So because of soil erosion, pwede ra mabuy na, no, pwede ra baka gid ang epekto na, no. So next is deforestation. Okay, so deforestation, so clearing of forest for agriculture, no, ginapang-utod ang kahoy, no, urban development, no, ginapang-utod ang kahoy, kay pwedeng dagan kang bago nga mga infrastructures, buildings, no, or logging can have significant ecological consequences, no, including loss of habitat, ka mga aton nga mga animals nga gatinari sa forest, increased greenhouse gas emissions, and disruptions kang water cycle. Okay? So, disturbance of wildlife. So, human activities such as noise pollution, no, kung gahod kita, let's say, gahay kita, no, agdo kita sa lugar ka mga sapat, no, or mga hayop, ang sara nga makaano kay natin is maka-disturb kita kasi syempre kung magasing kita anay taten, no, kung once nga gadurog sing anay taten dito sa silid ko forest, no, so kung mag-hike ko ang sara nga ginabilin kaninyo is minimize your voice, no, kay because pwede kita maka-cause kang disturbance of wildlife. Okay? Or direct interference can disrupt wildlife behavior, reproduction, and migration patterns. So, depletion of natural resources. So, overexploitation of natural resources such as mga tubig, no, minerals or forests beyond their sustainable limits. Kung sobra-sobra rin ang ating nga ginabaol, no, kura lang kita gabaol kang sakto nga kaya lang natin, no. Siyempre mga kitabay nga mga tao hindi kita makontento no, gusto to sobra-sobra gid permi, no. So also kung amo nga himuon natin when himuon natin sa ating mga natural resources, so it can lead to resource depletion nga ginatawag and environmental degradation. Okay? So next is cultural impacts. So disruptions of traditional lifestyles, loss of cultural identity, degradation of cultural sites, and commodifications of indigenous culture. So cultural impacts, ga-refer ta na sa negative effects that human activities can have on the traditions sa mga identities and heritage of communities. So sarang nga ginahambal dya is disruption of traditional lifestyle. So ibig sabihin no, when outside influences or development projects encroach upon traditional communities, pwede na naman ka-lead into the loss of traditional livelihoods, practices, and knowledge system kang sangka lugar. Loss of cultural identity. So, cultural globalization and homogenization can erode this distinctiveness of local cultures, languages, and customs, as traditional practices are supplanted by mainstream of globalized one. So, pwede nga madura, like for example, no, sa may Ifugao, no, kung maagtunan nigturian o because of globalization or kumbaga, agtunan dito bi ka foreigner no kag dito sa materirener no, so basically dugin sakop na no. So tapos ma-adapt ka mga taga Ifugao rigto ang kung ano ang lifestyle nga may diyan ang mga foreigner nga nagtinar rigto. So ibig sabihin kara is we lost our traditional lifestyle. So ang tawag diyan karaan is or we lost our cultural identity or ang ginatawag ng homogenization. Okay? So, next is degradation of cultural site. So, uncontrolled tourism. Of course, no, kumbaga, amo to kay ng overcrowding no gapasilid lang kita nga gapasilid kang atin nga mga bisita nga wala anti control no urbanization so patindag ka mga buildings no para mag city ang sang kalugar no or environmental degradation can damage or destroy culturally significant sites para sa mga monuments or artifacts undermining their value and significance for future generations. Also, ang ginahambalik to nga saraman nga sa may cultural impacts is the commodification of indigenous culture. So when indigenous cultures are reduced to mere commodities for tourist consumption, it can trivialize or stereotype their traditions, ang nga paniniwala, and their also ways of life, leading to cultural appropriation or misrepresentation. So next, we have the social impacts. So, social impact, um, crowding, congestion, noise pollution, conflict with local residents, displacements of communities, and changes in social norms and values. Okay, so social impacts refers to the effects of human activities can have sa aton nga about sa aton well-being, aton nga relasyon sa sangkantaho, and the dynamics within the communities. So, sa radya karakano nga impacts can include crowding and congestion. So, ano ang crowding and congestion? So, high volumes of tourists amount to kayo ng ginhambal ko can lead to overcrowding and popular destination. So, pwede ta nakara makaput kang pressure on the local infrastructures, sa services, and the amenities and diminishing the quality kang pangabuhi ka mga tao rigto or the residents. Excuse me. So, that is crowding and congestion. So, noise pollution, sarama na nga social impacts. So, noise pollution can increase tourist activity such as mga traffic bala no, or nightlife. So, it can generate noise pollution that disrupts the peace and quiet sa sangka neighborhood or the local neighborhood. So, affecting residents' sleep and overall quality of life. So, next mga social impacts is conflict with local residents kano. So, ano rian? So, differences in behavior, expectations, or values between tourists and local residents can lead to tension, resentment, or conflicts over issues such as behavior ng mga resource use or development priority. So, pwede mo or maka-away no ang mga local residents no conflict, pwede ka mo magka-conflict no magka-tension kumbaga. So, displacements of communities. So, tourism development projects or gentrifications can displace local residents from their homes, neighborhoods, or traditional lands, leading to social dislocation, no, loss of community cohesion, and economic marginalization. So next we have the changes in social norms and values nga saraman nga reason or epekto kang social impacts. Okay? Exposure to external influences, no, mga cultural exchange or economic disparities associated with tourists can lead to shift in local customs, lifestyles, or attitudes impacting traditional values, social cohesion, and intergenerational relationship. Okay. So, amora ang mga impacts no sa social impacts natin ang ginatawag. So, how about the economic impacts? Okay. So economic leakage, unequal distribution of benefits, dependency on tourism, no? So madepende kita sa inflation and gentrification. Okay. So economic impacts, no? So na-refer na kadyang epekto kang turismo sa aton nga ekonomiya or the economy of a destination. No, pwede nga maging positive, pwede man nga negative. So mga ano ang mga impacts nga diyan, no? Ano ang mga impacts sa ekonomiya. So first we have the economic leakage. So when a significant portion of tourism revenue leaves the destination in the form of payments to foreign or ang gapanagiyabala mga foreign companies, owned companies such as international hotel chains or tour operators rather than circulate lang dapat ang aton nga ano is within the local economy. Okay? So, di ba kung may mga hotels nang gapanagiyaran ka dya is mga foreigner, no? Gapatindag sa dya ka hotel sa atin nga mahal nating Pilipinas, no? To syempre sino lang ba yung ganginabang sanda naman nga foreigner, 'di ba? So, natawag ng economic leakage. So, how about the unequal distribution of benefits? So, tourism income may not be evenly distributed among local communities. So, wala ka na yung gina-distribute ito sa mga locals, no? So, with certain groups such as large businesses or foreign investors capturing a proportionate share of the economic benefits, while others, such as small-scale entrepreneurs or marginalized populations, may be left behind. So, syempre, mabilin, giman ta na kung gamay lang ta ng imo nga business or ikaw, may sa sangka lugar, may tourist pass or ang balon natin dyan sa San Jose, no? So may gapatindag diyan yung mga foreigner ang tagyar may gapatindag diyan ka mga like ang balon tabi mga C corporation nga ri ano mga Gokong Way nagpatindag diyan kang hotel nanda no the Go Hotel no nagpatindag sa dariya tapos ikaw nagpatindag mo kang gamay lang daw in lang di mo no so pwede ikaw nga mag left behind no pwede nga maiwan ta ng imo nga business no compare to sa mga ragtulan nga mga hotel so ang tawag diyan kara is unequal distribution of benefits. So, dependency on tourism. Heavy reliance on tourism as the primary source of income can make destinations vulnerable to fluctuations in tourist arrivals, economic downturns, or external shocks, leading to instability, unemployment, or poverty. So, di ba may ginatawag kita nga peak season kag low season. So, kung magdepend lang kita sa atin nga turismo, bakat stable lang aton nga income kay paano okay lang kung raka ang mga turista nga gaagto sa peak season paano na lang bay kung wala ti turista no low season so pwede kita maka ano ta nara maka ang ginhambal gani ni dyan no it will be vulnerable to fluctuations so also mga economic downturns or external shocks no so leading to instability so unemployment or poverty so that is the saranga reason no or saranga impacts on our economy so how about the inflation so rapid tourism development can drive up prices for goods and services, including housing, food, and transportation, making them less affordable for local residents and exacerbating income inequalities. So, gentrifications. So, tourism driven development projects or real estate speculations can lead to the displacement of local residents. So, gentrification. So, ang ginahambal dyan is amon kayo ng saramang example kung magpatindag ka mga hotels ng mga tourism driven development projects no or mga estate real estate nga mga ano bala like mga subdivision no so pwede ta nakarama ka lead sa displacement ka mga local residents natin as property values rise and traditional neighborhoods become unaffordable resulting in social and cultural disruption. So those are the impacts on the economy. So we have the environmental impacts, no? Also cultural impacts, social impacts, and the economic impacts on a tourism sites.